Now entering the ring, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 155 pounds, representing Troublemaker Boxing and trained by Pedro Baca. Let's hear it for Joyce, Hands of Steel Mason!
Our first DMX song of the night.
I'm surprised it took this long to get a DMX song.
It took this long to get a DMX song.
Woof, 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 woof. Do it again. I really think that maybe that's something that we should institute in boxing matches more often. That you have to have at least one DMX song by halfway. By halfway.
Like second half to like finish strong?
Just like the first half to start and then the second half to keep things going.
What about setting the tone?
I think it sets the tone really strongly. So we got to get one in the first half.
Please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 155 pounds, representing TOS Boxing and trained by Kenny Lemos. Let's hear it for Alayana Williamson!
Now, Matthew, I have a fun fact for you, Matthew.
Oh, I'd love a fun fact.
This fight, or this entire card, has our first, I think, in the history of Haymakers. The first father-daughter on the same card.
Really?
Williamson.
Wow.
The crowd is hyped right now. I'm not going to lie. The crowd is hyped.
I'm hyped. The crowd's hyped.
The crowd is very hyped. It's just so
our
fun.
Our 10th bout of the evening is brought to you by our bronze sponsor, Venture Oil Company.
To me, it's fun that we have a baker and an esthetician in this fight.
I'm here for that. That's something that always does fascinate me about this, is that we get to really see what kind of careers that these fighters have outside of their boxing life.
Right, it's the amateur spirit.
It's the amateur spirit, and we champion the amateur spirit.
Now, with that being said, in the side of the esthetician,
yes,
right? In the side of Alayana, This is she
knows her way around a face.
Right, and she knows her way around a face, and I want to say that as Alayana gets some clean punches off, I'm just saying your girl's getting threaded.
She's getting
threaded.
I mean, I've gotten my brows threaded before, and it hurt.
It hurts.
It was fast,
doesn't
but
feel
it hurt.
good.
I didn't enjoy it.
I don't like the way it feels. But then a baker, right? I mean, get a baker's dozen of these punches, and oh Lord, are we seeing some tight hooks from Alayana, the esthetician. Goodness. Now, similar to what you were saying before, Maddie, you know, a point that I think needs to come back here is the kind of ducking of the head we're seeing from Hands of Steel.
Into it, Joyce.
Yeah, from Hands of Steel Mason. Really leaning into it.
You're giving them your head on a silver platter when you just lean straight in.
I do think that, you know, some folks lean in with their head because it allows you
to get close.
Right. It allows you to get close. If you think you can't handle that distance, you can lead with that head, but at what cost?
At what cost? And if you're going to lean with the head, you also have to protect the head. while you're doing that, yeah?
I mean, I want to see Joyce throw these mason jars. I want to see Joyce throw these mason jars.
Hands of steel.
And, oh, my gosh.
Hands of mason jars. Those last forever.
Yeah. I mean,
Gotta lean in.
We are seeing, it seems like there's a, I don't know the stats on the reach here, but it does seem like there's a reach advantage. Alayana is using every bit of her reach.
Wow. I think she just connected.
The combinations.
You know when you used to play a fighting game and it would just go ding, 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 and you stack up the combo? That was like a 14-hit combo.
That
was
a combo for sure. I mean, I think that was a solid 8 count to exist in that point because
very much so.
It was just a lot of momentum going in that direction, right? Like you said before, we're not going to see, we're not going to see a knockout, but that accumulation of punches is something that the referees have to look at.
And it wears on you. Every one of those. Think about the fact that every time you're taking those shots in the body, that adds up over time. You're really allowing, that's the whole point, is that we're building this. You are trying to really stack that up against your opponent. Wear them down. War of attrition, especially in this kind of fight. You said it yourself. It's really hard to knock somebody out when they're wearing headgear. So, what can you do to wear them down faster?
But how do we see Hands of Steel respond? Right? If those Hands of Steel are active,
100%.
we need to see the consequences of those Hands of Steel.
They 100%. I mean, they were hitting them with the 1s and 2s. We saw that. I mean,
I just need to see him connect.
Alayana rolled with the 1s and 2s.
I just want to see him connect. Because when we see him connect, if those Hands of Steel are singing Dixie.
Woo. I think it's Whistling Dixie.
Whistling Dixie.
Whistling Dixie. Same idea.
Same concept. Alayana is absolutely making statements from the beginning. And something you've said earlier, Matt, that's coming back right now is where the eyes are.
Yep.
Right? When we're looking at Hands of Steel, those eyes are at the waist.
She's looking at her knees.
I mean, it's an instinct, right? In the instinct, I'm protecting myself. I'm looking down.
100%.
I'm kind of looking through my eyebrows.
If I throw something at your face,
I'm going to move my head.
You're going to move your head. You move your eyes. But part of when you train as a fighter is you have to learn to look through those hits.
But there's a level of comfort that Alayana brings to the ring at the young age of 22. The young age of 22.
Damn.
Where those punches are coming back, Alayana sees them, and Alayana knows exactly what to do with them.
Very much so. You said it earlier. I'm going to use it. Wade through the water. Like, when you are the shorter fighter, you have to wade through the water.
It's true. I think that we're in a place right now where it does feel like we're moving towards a one-sided fight.
Very much so.
I do think if we see momentum build again on the side of Alayana, right, that we will see another 8 count in some way, shape, or form, and that's going to drastically change
what
and
the refs
dictate
are going to do.
The nature of the fight.
Yep. 100%. There it is. We are starting to hear some big hollers from the audience.
We are seeing a lot of support come out for both fighters right now because the momentum is slowed a bit, right?
Yep.
Like
10 seconds, they are waiting to go back to their corners.
Not only are you feeling the pressure, the adrenaline is dumped, you're feeling the pressure, but also you got hit enough times to know what it feels like.
You're like, I got hit in the face a couple times. I'm pretty tired.
And it didn't feel good.
It doesn't feel good. Certainly does not.
Now, that was a more evenly matched round in a sense of
much more so than the first round.
Yep. But at the same time, it does feel like the general pressure was still pushed by Alayana in Alayana's favor. Now, man, I'm not a young man.
I'm not a young man. Same.
To see a 22-year-old be in this situation right now and absolutely just take ownership over the situation and drive, just drive the car the entire time is so impressive. There's obviously nerves in this situation, but we're not really seeing them.
Not one bit. I mean, I'm looking at her in the corner right now. She's giving me a little bit of that 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
But
maybe I want that.
Sometimes all you need.
We're going into our third
Ref
and final.
is checking. Ref is checking over there in our blue corner. If now is the chance.
Here we go.
Now is the chance. If you are over in the red, if you are Mason and you're seeing someone show signs of weakness, you have to capitalize on it.
Great start by Mason.
Very strong.
It was a great start by Mason. We haven't seen that in any rounds so far.
I think she's seeing the fact that the fatigue is really starting to wear. Really starting to wear on Williamson.
We did see a great bounce on the toes, a reset. We did see the reset from Mason, which shows, freshness. But when the accuracy of Alayana is really driving the direction of this fight, it's tough not to be on her team right now. I do think that, if you're Alayana, you could fight conservatively, but that's not her style.
No.
I don't know her at all.
Just based on what we're seeing. Just based on what I see.
It just seems like Williams is just taking some chances, right? Putting on the show, because this is the second to last fight of the night. Like, you don't need to give this flurry and throw these absolute missiles hitting the forehead.
We got a standing 8 over here.
Standing 8. And that change in the fight.
That was it.
There it is. And it's over.
That's the fight right there,
it's
folks.
Over.
That's the fight.
It's over. Bravo. Now, to bring this all back yet again, right? The pressure was consistent.
Very consistent
pressure. The accuracy was so important. And it did feel like the momentum built through this fight
Very much
to truly change the way this went. So we did see yet another winner come out of Touch of Sleep, TOS.
Yep.
Which does have them catch up. They did get one, they did put one on the Troublemaker boxing team, you know?
And I mean, very much so to Mason's credit, she came out there at the end of that last round ready to fight that last bit.
That was huge. That was huge.
Really,
that was nothing short of brave.
Very brave. And I was unsure where the fight was still going to go after that.
The confidence that Mason entered that final round with was that Mason was like, I can change this right now.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And that is, brave, undoubtedly, right? But also just such a tough thing to do, in the sense that you've had 2 rounds of someone kind
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute and 25 seconds of the third round,
right?
declaring your winner out of the blue corner, Alayana Williamson.
Very much so. She really dominated that end-to-end.